there. Bum, bum, bum. Let's see. There we are. Is that good? I think we're working. Give us a thumbs up as usual. Or type something in the old comments if we're working. That'd be lovely. My mug, look. Elephant mug, marvellous. Let's see, are we getting any thumbs? Is there anybody there tonight? Maybe everybody's out for the evening. Possibly. I might be here on my own. Ooh, spooky. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Well, I'll assume there's somebody there. But, whatever. Evening, if there is anybody there. So, a couple of things. I sent out tickets earlier today for Sunday. A couple of you noticed that I managed to, evening Peter, I managed to put 17th of March on the tickets instead of 17th of April. Yes, that's what comes with doing 101 jobs at once, or trying to. And anyway, you know when Easter is. It's this Sunday. So if you've ordered tickets, you should have them. Check your emails. If you haven't got them, let me know, obviously. If you still want to come, or if maybe you just ordered the DVD and didn't order any tickets at the time or whatever, or if you want to get some tickets now and don't want to order the DVD, you can do that as well. Just go to the website and you'll see on this middle panel, click on the little link there, and that takes you to the website. Go to the order page and it's this first box on the top here, look, tickets. It's only a £5, it's just to cover the barbecue and the drinks basically. So yeah, do that, check out as usual as we do with any other website, and we'll hopefully see you there. If you don't know what it's about, there's a little video on the front there. Yeah, not much else to tell you about that really, is there? Down in Essex by Clacton-on-Sea. Evening Peter, trouble getting in tonight but here now. Evening Gary, another Peter, etc. Yes, so fuel situation, a couple of people asked me about. Petrol seems to be kind of all right now in around and about in East Anglia. Diesel still seem to be a bit patchy. I haven't actually been out today. I've been busy doing 101 things and putting the wrong dates on tickets, etc. And some stuff for the auctions and one thing and another. So I'll have a look tomorrow and see if I can get some diesel. But I gather it's sort of trickling back. But the trouble is, around here we have all the yummy mummies, as they call them, queuing up with their Range Rovers to fill them up in diesel so they can get little Henry and Henrietta to private school, even though it's half term or whatever they do with them in half term. And yeah, they tend to guzzle the diesel up as soon as a tanker arrives anywhere. So never mind, but it's getting there. So just the same advice, where you just fill up before you head off if you can. So that's that. What else do we need to tell you? Selling. So there's nothing selling this Sunday, but next Sunday there's these 5 machines. They've got videos on, and under the old fairground there's these nice papier-mâché carnival heads. There's videos of all of those as well. So they, after Sunday, they will all appear on the usual page anyway, but they're there. Spares, etc. They're all on Buy It Now. Now I think there might be 1 or 2 more bits appeared. Once we get Roger organised, all these Sega bits will appear, no doubt. Some coins and tokens there as well. So yep, that also all seems to be working okay on that score. Just go back to here a minute. There we go. No, I don't want that page. What page did I want? I want the machines page. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, so there we are. That's all right, all that. Peter says the fuel supply is very good now. Oh, up in Norfolk, that's good to know. So yeah, hopefully here in Cambridge will be next. We were the worst hit, I think, and the last to get supplies back properly last time. So doesn't surprise me it's about the same again. But yeah, I have heard that things are getting a bit more organised. I think it's just now literally everybody trying to fill up again. So of course, as I say, when Tanker arrives, everyone's there queuing up, filling up. So hence it all goes again within a day. But there we are. So collecting. So tomorrow, if you want to come here at Cambridge and collect anything, drop anything off for future auctions, as it will be now, etc., you're more than welcome. Around all day tomorrow should be. Sunday, if you're going to Paul's and you've got bits to collect, I think there's only one machine here now not being collected. And I know who that is, and I don't think it's coming, so I don't think it applies to machines. What I was going to say is I'll probably end up going in the car, so I won't be able to get the machines in anyway, but spare parts, bags of coins, whatever, obviously I can stick in the car and bring with me. Just let me know. Then hopefully next week I'm intending to be in Leamington on Tuesday, assuming I can get some diesel. So if you want to meet there, get in touch and we'll try and do Tuesday, all being well. So yeah, that's where we're at for the next few days. Alan here is here again next week, I think. What we're looking for, shipping. 22nd, that's when's that? That's a week's time or so, isn't it? Yeah, next weekend Alan's around. If you need anything shipping out or in or out. So that's that. What else do I need to cover? Yeah. So auctions really. So I've been had a training session, as they call it, with the old Easy Live. So I've been setting all that up. That's going okay so far. Another thing to do next week, and then hopefully I can actually start then putting the first catalogue up on the system, because I can't quite yet. Well, I probably could do, but I'll probably make a hash of it, because obviously their thing works completely different to my system that I built. I know how it works. When you're using somebody else's, you need to learn how it works, of course. So that should next 20th, I think my next training is Wednesday, yeah. So hopefully at the end of next week, that catalogue will start appearing, or something will appear anyway, with regard to the May the 1st auction. And then, all being well, we'll do May the 29th. I've sort of penciled in for a first amusement auction. Easy Live themselves, they're going to plug the first one we do on out to all their however many hundreds of thousands of customers they've got, as a sort of a welcome to the Elephant House auctions, and with a bit about what we do, especially as we do something that other people don't, so that'd be quite good. So it might be a good opportunity if you've got anything to sell. Has just textified me to hang on a minute, let me just see what this is. Right, I'll sort that out a bit. What was I saying? Don't know, can't remember. Completely gone. Again, trying to do too many things at once. Somebody remind me what I was saying. Right, okay. Right, okay, yeah, I'll sort that in a minute. But I just can't remember what I was talking about. That's really bad, isn't it? Too many things at once again. What were we up to? Auctions. Yes. 29th of May, hopefully. Fingers crossed. First amusement auction. Should be a good one. Extra advertising via Easy Live themselves. So have a think about if you've got stuff to sell along that line, be it slot machines, fairground art, painted or carving, whatever. Any sort of circusy bits. Vintage advertising, enamel signs, vintage cash registers, all that sort of stuff we used to sell. Mechanical music and things, the kind of stuff we used to sell, because it will get the extra plug via Easy Live advertising it as well. So we'll try and make it a good one, and it will hopefully be good for sellers as well. So yeah. Have I made a decision on charges yet? Yes, I think so. So what I set it to on the system is for non-ColdCon members, so for the general public, if you like, should we call them for the meantime, will be 20% buyer's premium, 12% sellers, and for ColdCon members you'll get a 25% discount off of that. So you'd be paying 15% buyer's premium, so it's only 5% more than it used to be in the good old days, and 9% to sell. And we used to sell at 5% for the machines and 10% for everything else. So again, it's pretty much in line, really, of what I was doing before. So we'll try that for the meantime. The hope is that there'll be enough sort of one-off punters buying the odd bits and bobs to help boost what I'm effectively losing from the ColdCon members. What I've got to figure out how to do is, obviously, I don't want a whatever we want to call them, member of the public, just signing up for 1 month, paying their £10 in order to save £200 worth of auction fees or whatever, because then obviously that's hitting that income, which ultimately has got to come from somewhere else, which means I might have to then do away with the discount in due course, if that makes sense. So I thought what I might try and do is something along the lines of the criteria that you need to have been a member or going to be a member. So if you paid perhaps 6 months within the past 12 months or something like that, because I appreciate not everybody has paid every month over the past year because there's just not been stuff you want to sell or whatever, or we've obviously been developing things and it's taking time to get it going, and one thing and another. So that would mean you'd either, if you'd paid for at least 6 months in the past year, then you'd qualify for that discount. Or if you wanted to start today, you just pay 6 months up ahead, because then you've paid 6 months within the year, as it were. So that's what I'm thinking at the minute. That's relatively easy to figure out. Peter says 3 months up front. Yeah, well, maybe, yeah, it's kind of this, yeah, that kind of idea, really. And as I said before, often, the whole ColdCon thing idea was about getting enough people to feed into it. So hopefully this might attract some more people as well, because if they're regular auction buyers, they can see they're going to save money on their fees by becoming a member. And more members, again, means more potential for the stuff that will continue to be sold onto the website, like the spares and the coins, and shortly books and magazines and stuff as well. And also hopefully more people contributing vintage photographs and just information and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully one will support the other and vice versa is the idea of it. Obviously it might take a few months to tweak the figures up and down, but that's what I think that's what we're going to go with. As regards for cost of video, I haven't thought any more about that yet. There's going to have to be one, just because of the time it takes to do them. But again, it'll be sort of discounted down for the members or something. I can't charge as much as I need to be because I don't think anybody will pay it. But again, it's a case of just trying to find a balance where things can, time versus money, some things are relatively quick to do and produce more income, and something is a lot slower to do, like making videos, and produce a lot less income, but it all needs to be done. So that's my current thinking on all of that. Obviously I'll explain it all a bit more properly in due course, and it's in writing. I think the terms are actually up on the Easy Live bit now on our page up there. But once I get the catalogue proper, which I say will hopefully be after next Wednesday, is my next training. It's like being back at school, and which is how to set up the catalogues. So with a bit of luck, sort of Thursday, Friday next week, I can start putting the first catalogue together. And I think but it looks like I can do it kind of like I used to do my own catalogues on the Elephant House auction website, i.e. just keep adding lots to it. I'm not sure if I have to put all the lot numbers on as I go is the only issue, but it kind of doesn't matter so much for online auctions. I always left the lot numbers for the last minute at the Elephant House so the stuff was physically in order around the room. Obviously online it doesn't matter because they're not you know, we haven't got that problem of it being in a physical order in the room. So it might just be as simple as that I start to batch the stuff in sections, start, you know, the slot machines at lot 100 and start the fairground at lot 200 and start the advertising at lot 300 or something, and it just fill in as many gaps as it fills in. So I can get it to work somehow or other, I'm sure. So that's where we're up to with all of that. What else do we want? Wanted. Let's have a quick look at the wanted. Have we had any new wanteds in the past few days? Oh, Cascade Deluxe. That's a new wanted. Sold a couple recently, haven't we? Cascades. Yeah. Why haven't I? Oh, I've not signed into the thing. That's why. Or it's signed me out. Never mind. Don't need to see it at the minute. Yeah. So again, if any of you got any of this stuff on the wanted page that you're thinking of selling, you want to consign it in with the first auction on, in theory, 29th of May, get in touch and get it here one way or another. And we'll, you know, see how we do. Hopefully get some decent prices for stuff. So, yeah. That's good. Match your fruit. Anything else? I can't think of anything else I need to tell you offhand. Peter says, how will the wanted work going forward? For the meantime, I'll leave it just as the same, i.e. stuff just appears on the wanted pages. I never did quite get around to finishing off the automatic notification thing. So what is supposed to happen is if you stick up that you want a Cascade Deluxe, is when a Cascade Deluxe arrives, you should in theory get an email to say, hey, we found a Cascade Deluxe, have a look, it's now for sale. But that it worked for a bit and then it stopped, and then I reprogrammed something else, and then I never got around to finishing it back off again, so I do need to do that at some point. Because I think it is quite a useful service, because if you haven't got time to keep a check on things, just make sure you don't miss the opportunity to buy something, really. That was the idea of it. So yeah, I'll get onto that in due course. But there we are, and the prices will all just be added to it again with stuff as we auction it. All the prices will be added into the database with everything else that we've got so far. So pretty much all that will stay the same. It'll be, you know, no doubt the website will change over the coming weeks a little bit, not too much, just to try and integrate things. I'll be looking if I can, and I don't think I can sensibly integrate the selling on the Colcon website with if you're selling via auction. And obviously, because they're two completely different systems, I can't really tie them together, because apart from anything else, data protection and all that stuff, this is my system. EasyLive is obviously EasyLive's system, and I can't get into it deep enough to be able to automatically tie the two together, if that makes sense. So we'll see how it goes. If and when, you know, auctions really take back off again, then I can always look in a year's time or something at bringing the whole thing back in-house. So it is all on my own system. Though obviously then, but the downside of that is we lose the extra customers that come in via EasyLive on their searches. So it's 6 1, half dozen the other, isn't it, really? Peter says, is it 20% buyers plus EasyLive fees? It will be, as you remember, it'll be 15% buyers for you, The Easy Live fee, yes, you have to pay. I've got no control over that because that's just you're using their system. So it's either £3 per auction for as much as you buy, or if you buy nothing at all, you just pay the £3 up front, or you pay an extra 3%. So then it'd effectively be 18%, if you like. But I think most people, I always do. I always just pay £3 up front. Because it's just quick and easy and job's done then. Can we place bids direct to you? I'm not sure on that one. I know you can directly on the Easy Live platform. You just do it yourself. You set a like an absentee bid. I don't get to see what it is, what the amount is, but then the system just automatically bids up for you. The same as if you put a bid on an auction on eBay, if you like. So you just put whatever you want to bid up to, and the system bids up as much to get it for you. I have set our increments quite low. Might have a list here somewhere, because a lot of auctions, I think, once stuff gets to sort of a few £100, they tend to go up to like 50 quid, and it gets just, the bids are too big. Bear with me. What did I set it to? I can probably find it here somewhere. Here we are. Let's just move the windows where I can see it. So I set our bid increments to be up to £10, £1, then up to £50, £2, 50 to 100, fivers, 100 to 200, we'll go in tenors, 200 all the way up to 1,000, we'll go in 20s, over 1,000 to 2,000, £50 bids, and over 2,000 then £100 bids. And chances then I'll probably split the last bid to try and get an extra bid in. But so to really try to keep those increments a lot lower than just about every other auction, because as I say, I mean when I'm bidding for stuff as well, I find it you know, you get to 100 and they suddenly want to be 20, 50, 80, 200 or whatever, and you're £50 time the bid comes back to you, because it's obviously the other person's bid, then your bid again, and those it's jumping up too much. So hopefully that will help people as well, because there's always that thing of, oh well, you know, I might go an extra 10 quid, 20 quid, but I don't want to go an extra 50 quid or whatever. And that helps buyers and sellers. I don't know why they do such big jumps, because it squeezes an extra bid probably out of the buyers, out of the two potential buyers on behalf of the seller, so they get an extra bid. And it helps the buyer who's, you know, don't want to go that extra big bid, but could just go a little bit more. Pete says, I tend to book a phone line or leave a bid direct with the auctioneers, so to bypass the Easy Live fees. Yes. Whether you can put, because I'm doing it online only, as opposed to having people in the room as well and a clerk. I don't know the answer to that one. When I get more into it, I'll see. Whether I can enter bids directly on the system, I think I probably can do, is the answer. I can't do phone lines as well, obviously, because I can't be auctioneering and on the telephone. And the idea is I'm trying to do everything on it myself, which is what will keep the fees down low. If I have to start employing staff on auction days, that's going to bump the fees up again. So again, it's all this kind of balancing act of just trying to get everything to please as many people as we can do, to keep things as cheap as we can do, but bearing in mind it's a hell of a lot of work and somebody's got to do it. So yes, yeah, I should think you probably can place an absentee bid like that. I don't know. We'll find out in due course. But yeah, I should think so, from what I've seen of the system so far. There must be a way to do it, I should think. It's all about, there's a lot of, it's quite a powerful thing, because there's a lot of, as you probably know if you watch auctions, some auctions have Easy Live running, and they'll have saleroom.com running at the same auction, and they'll have people in the room, and they'll have telephone bids, and they'll have absentee bids, and sometimes they've got their own website running yet another version of online bidding as well. So you end up with more staff sat on the rostrum or just below the rostrum than you do customers in the room usually. You've got 2 or 3 or 4 people working computers, and you've got the auctioneer, and then you've got 4 or 5 people on phone lines, and that's when it starts getting very, very complicated. So I don't intend going down that route because I can't really see the point of it. I mean, arguably you might find a few more customers, I suppose, if you're running on 2 or 3 systems. But I think for our very niche market, people find us or know about us already anyway. So I don't think it's a huge, although I hope we get more people from going on Easy Live, I don't think we'd get substantially any more from going on Saleroom as well or whatever. I really don't. Because most people know about it anyway. Even Easy Live knew about us when they spoke to them. So there we are. So it's all looking good anyway. This May the 1st auction of the sort of stuff I've been pulling out all over the place is sort of bygone stuff. There's barrels and baskets and copper kettles and horse brasses and country bygone things and oh, I don't know, all sorts of stuff like that. All got to go. There'll be probably, I think there's about 250 lots there at the minute, and there's more stuff to pull out. Some bits and bobs I've got as well knocking about. So it'll probably be something like 300, 350 lots maybe, I guess. All to go, all start at the pound, all no reserve, so you can all have a good old go at that. If nothing else, it'll be a bit of a laugh, won't it? But I'm sure there'll be some bargains to be had. All of you like doing your boot sales and your eBay and everything else. And if nothing else, you know, you can have a bid of £1 or £2 and just get a feel for how it works. And the worst possible outcome is you might buy something for £2 maybe or something. You know, it's not going to break the bank, is it really? But I think better for us all to try on some cheapy bits and bobs than, you know, if I go wrong on a £2 or £3 bit of something or other that's mine anyway, or well, or mum's, you know what I mean, mine and my sister's technically speaking, it doesn't really matter. If I go wrong on somebody else's £500 slot machine, that's a different matter, isn't it, because it's screwed up their sale. So this is the idea of doing it like that. And then in due course there'll be another couple of odd sales as well, of clearing more stuff from here. They'll probably end up at some point, not that it'll be much interest to any of you lot, but being just a sort of general householdy type sale at the end. There's things like there's, you know, 4 or 5 TVs around, and I don't know, shed full of tools and you know, just stuff. And what do you do with it? You know, might as well sell it. Somebody else gets some use out of it for £1 or £2, as throw it all away. So there we are. Yeah. Anything else? Can't think of anything else. So hopefully see you all on Sunday. If you haven't got your tickets yet, get them organised. Go and buy them there. Click on the film. The DVD itself, as I say, as you know, it's sort of 3/4 done. I need to do probably 1 more days of filming to catch some odd little bits and bobs. Mainly ball lineup pushes we didn't get around to filming, and some bit of pinball stuff we want to do as well. We probably said on this DVD, I mean, we could do another whole DVD about just his pinball collection because there's 30 odd of them. So we'll probably just cover that quite lightly, just with a couple of the more interesting ones. and then if there's really an appetite for it, we'll always go and do another one in due course. But once that's done, we'll finish the edit, sort the music out, which is sort of half sorted out as well. Music is a really complicated thing to do because it's you've got to find stuff that you can afford the licenses for apart from anything else. Music isn't free, as many people think. But it's coming together. It'll be quite good, and I hope you will like it really when it's done. It's been a lot of work, but it's been quite good fun. And you know, sort of learn along the process as well to make the next one, as I hope there'll be a few more, because there's 4 or 5 kind of in the pipeline that I'd like to do. If we can make this one a success, then we can crack on, and hopefully those ones I'll be more organised. Not quite the right word, but you know what I mean. You know, just to found ways to film quicker. And I'll probably try and book, whereas I've been going backwards and forwards to pause doing a day at a time. I've done 4 or 5 days, I think, something like that. The next time I was doing someone's collection, I'll probably just go and book a hotel and stay there for 2 or 3 days and do it all in one go. But this time around, it's kind of been going of, you know, doing a day's stuff, putting it into the edit, thinking, oh right, okay, I need to film this, making a list, going back and filming some more, and so on and so on. Once I've got done and I've got a bit of a framework, I don't know exactly what I've got. It's a bit like the same as the little videos I do of the machines. Once I got one kind of how I liked it, and it fits that little jingly little tune I use, I know what shots I want. It's made it a lot quicker than going on to do them, so I know exactly what shots I need, how long I need them for the different kind of machines. If it's a bandit, pulling the mech out and twirling it around and showing the inside of the case and so on. All winds are slightly different and so on. So I kind of got my little list of shots. I can shoot them and edit them relatively quickly. So there we are. That's where we're at on that. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is somebody earlier on said they had sent their subs, but it wasn't credited. I've been having issues with Barclays Bank app today. I don't know if anybody else is having problems. Try to log in, or if it's just my phone. I'm going to play with it again in a minute and see if I can get in. But bear in mind also it's a bank holiday weekend, which tends to slow up bank payments in and out. So if you've sent a payment for, I don't think there's any payments due in for bits bought, but if you sent me a payment for membership or something bought and it hasn't appeared on your account, let me know and I'll credit it on anyway, if you see what I mean in the meantime. I might have to download the Barclays app again as well I had to do last time when it went funny. Take it off and reload it, which is rigmarole because you have to set it up again. But yeah, just get in touch really on that one. Evening David, and all he says. David, I think there's a couple of bits of yours on the spare parts. When you get 5 minutes, log in and have a look on your sales page. Go on your sales pages, the little hammer icon at the top, and click on the consignments. And then you need to click on the little button that says add price and then list now. So if you get stuck, let me know. Right, anybody got any questions on anything? Let me know in a minute or two while I have this last mouthful of tea. My nice, oh, you can't see it, look at that for a good mug, isn't it great? A nice Dumbo mug. Different from Mickey Mouse for a change. And yeah, so you should check your emails. You should have your tickets for Sunday. If they've not arrived, again, let me know. They've all been sent out according to the orders I've got in. But there's a couple of people who ordered DVDs without tickets at the time. If you now want to come, then you can just order a ticket, or you might have thought you ordered one and you didn't, or whatever. Again, all your tickets on the website, or just get in touch with me and we'll sort it out. Oh, dear, excuse me. Chris, for small items, can they be posted? Yes. Time is the thing. I've still got a couple of parcels now I've got to get out. I need to find, if anybody knows of a good service that will come and wrap and pack stuff and send it out. Mailboxes, etc., which is what most auction uses. They are very good, but they are not cheap. But they are very good. You get what you pay for. And it is time consuming. So whether there are any comparable services that are considerably cheaper, I don't know of any. But if anybody does, I'd be very interested to hear, and we'll try and get them signed up. But it does take time. And it is a bit of an issue. It's not so bad 1 or 2 lots of spares a week, but potentially for an auction, if there's 50 lots or something to post up and send out, that can be a couple of days' work. I don't know if any of you have been watching the thing about Vectis toy auctions on the whatever channel it was on. Discovery, is it? One of those sort of channels or something? Yesterday, or I don't know, one of them. Anyway, they've got a whole team of people there just constantly, full-time, wrapping and packing lots. And it's quite an operation. Night, Peter. The other interesting thing about Vectis was they're revealing that they set deliberately fake low estimates on all their lots, which I thought was a bit of a dull thing for the lady, I forget her name, who owns Vectis. She's got the little phrase, what was it? Set it low and watch it grow, set it high and watch it die, or something like that. In other words, they deliberately set all their estimates much lower than stuff's going to make to try and lure buyers in, which I think is, well, fraudulent, frankly. You wouldn't, I mean, you're not allowed to do it in a shop with something for sale. You can't say, oh, this phone, look, it's £50, and you go in the shop and it's £500. You're not allowed to do it. It's false advertising, it's false marketing. So why auctioneers are allowed to do it, I don't know. There's one thing estimating something at what you think is going to make, genuinely think it's going to make, and it makes more. That happens all the time. But admitting to deliberately setting estimates low, I just don't see how it's right. There we are, that's my opinion. That's why I've never done estimates on auctions, and I won't in the future either. I think the whole thing is a complete and utter farce, and I just don't agree with it. There was a very interesting article quite some years back now in the Antique Trade Gazette, the trade paper for the antiques industry, and somebody had done a university thesis on auction estimates, and what they'd done is, very logically, they'd gone through hundreds or thousands of auction lots and catalogues of different auctioneers up and down the land, and kind of totted up all their estimates, or the mid-estimate point, against what they actually sold the lot for. And they'd figured out, obviously, the most accurate estimates were the ones where they were the closest. So if an auctioneer had estimated a lot at £100 and it had made £100, obviously they were bang on. If they'd estimated at £100 and it made £200, clearly they were 100% off. And what they were trying to say is the ones that got it most accurate were the best auctioneers. And what they found was the most accurate estimates were from very small kind of one-man band auctioneers like me. Whereas all the big firms, up to the very biggest, Christie's, Sotheby's and so on, were miles and miles off constantly. And it's always been this deliberate thing for two reasons. One, to try and lure customers in. Oh, look, you might be able to buy this for £2, knowing full well it's going to make £5. But the other side of it is to say after the auction, oh, aren't we brilliant? Because look, we estimated this whole auction to be £50,000 and it's made £100,000. Aren't we wonderful? Aren't we wonderful? We got twice the estimate. Oh my God, aren't we so good? Where in actual fact, as logic tells you, and as that thesis suggested, actually the best auctioneers are the ones that could say, we estimated this auction to turn over £100,000 and it turned over £100,000. So we were bang on estimate. But that's just not how the game works. And that's why I've never played that estimate game. I won't do it. And that's the whole point of having the database of all the old auction results. So you can look up for yourself what stuff really sells for. and make your own mind up. And that's why I don't like that. And yeah, the whole thing is just silly. But there we are, rant over. How did I get onto that? Can't remember. Yes, Chris, I was saying about the Vectis having a whole team of people wrapping and packing stuff. So if anybody does know a service provider that can come, wrap, pack stuff, take it away, and deal with all the logistic stuff that goes with it, tracking and insurance and so on and so on, then do let me know, because I'll be very interested to hear and get them signed up. Obviously, we've got Alan for doing the bigger stuff, machines and whatnot. And of course, he'll take a box of bits if you buy lots of small bits. That might be our way forward. We might just have to put stuff into storage, into proper crates. I've got a load of proper crates, until you've got a decent box full to make it worthwhile sending it out like that if you're not in a hurry. It is a bit of a problem, and it is time as much as anything. It just takes time to wrap something up safely and securely. You know, type the label out, log it onto whatever carrier system you're using, get the insurance sorted out, get the tracking number, put all that on the system, say to you, right, I've sorted this out, it's £5.50, whatever it was, get the payment in, email you the tracking number, take the thing to wherever the depot I've got to drop it off, and so on and so on. It just takes up so much time, more than anybody thinks. One or two bits, not a problem. Doing it with 50 lots, 50 parcels, suddenly it's a full-time job in its own. So yeah, there we are. Any more from anyone? Let me know ASAP. Otherwise we'll call it a night and we'll sort it out. The other things I've got to sort out in due course as well is more socials. Up at Roberts Arcade and down in at Dingles as well. So yeah, give us a week or two and I'll get onto those properly and get the dates firmed up. It's just a lot going on at the minute. Chris says, could there be two picking up points, Cambridge and Leamington? Yes, definitely. We'll still be running Cambridge and Leamington for the foreseeable future, at least until I've sold this place in Cambridge. So yeah, that's not a problem at all. I do try and be at Leamington at least once a week, every week. Just this past week, excuse me, I've not been able to get any diesel. And I do need to go over in the truck to pick some big stuff up and drop some big stuff off, so there's not much point going in a little car. But I'll be there next week. I'll probably be there on Tuesday, I think. And going forward, you know, when there's a lot more stuff, obviously over the past year, we've been selling relatively small quantities of stuff, 10 or a dozen things a week. When we start selling hundreds of things at a time in auction again, it might be a case that I have employ somebody in Leamington for a couple of hours, a couple of times a week or something, to be on hand there to deal with people picking stuff up and dropping stuff off. That's another option. So you know, try and book in a fixed time. So at the moment it tends to be when I can get there or when I've got something else going on. Or I might say, you know, I'll be there every, not Sunday, because Sunday's auctions, but Saturdays perhaps would make sense maybe. Each weekend, I suppose I could be, theoretically, I could be Leamington every Saturday and Cambridge every Sunday, or something like that. We'll work it out. Much has been worked out, and much will no doubt still be needed to be worked out. But yeah, lots of things to jiggle about and try and get organised. So that's that. Yeah. Anything else I can think of I need to tell you? Not at the moment. Oh, I just had some emails, loaded emails just pinged in. It's not anybody that needs to know anything. Oh no, that's all right. Cool. Yeah, so there we are. I think that's it. I'll do another video tomorrow night, which would be the normal Sunday night one. So I'll ping an email out in the morning with a link to that. I'll try and dig out some more archive pictures as well for tomorrow night to have a look at. Some more interesting stuff I've gathered up. And again, anyone who's got anything interesting, send it on over. And we'll have a look. It's always interesting to see different stuff, isn't it? So there we are. I think that's it. You know where I am. In the meantime, ping me a message or text or phone or whatever you need to do. Stick a comment under the video. It all gets seen eventually. And other than that, I'll see you either tomorrow night or at Paul's on Sunday. Paul isn't here tonight because he's out at some party or other. But he has been out buying sausages today. I spoke to him this morning. So we have sausages waiting. Come and get your hot sausage down at Clacton. And yeah, there we are. Right, that's it from me. Catch you tomorrow night or Sunday, or failing that, it will then be Tuesday, won't it? In the meantime, you know where I am. And have a good evening. Nighty night.